It's now my honor to introduce the President of the United States, Mr. George Bush.
When President Bush visited Cabletron, he learned something our customers and our competition already know. Cabletron is an exciting, prospering company that puts quality and customer service first. And because of that, and the commitment of Cabletron employees, Cabletron successfully competes in the global market. A message the President heard from everyone he met at Cabletron, starting from when he was met at the front door by Bob and Craig.
Looking forward to this. Nice to see you. We're going to try to tell you a little bit about Cabletron so you have a little bit of a feel as you're going through there.
Let's do it. Let me say hello and then we'll go get a little briefing. Great. Hi. Hi.
And ending when he startled Sana Wheeler in inside sales by taking the phone out of her hand to talk with one of our customers. Along the way, he took a brief tour of our Rochester manufacturing facility and spoke to an enthused group of 300 Cabletron employees.
Get some help in the United States.
John Caruso, our Director of Manufacturing, took advantage of his opportunity to meet the President to explain how we're using the latest automation technology to keep our competitive advantage. Demonstrating our surface mount capabilities, John stressed the speed, reliability, and consistency of quality of our manufacturing resources. He also explained how the design of our products and our use of miniaturization is keeping us ahead of the rest of the field. The President then toured the PCB assembly area and met a number of employees who install components too delicate for automatic insertion. Here, Cindy Hart, the Quality Assurance Section Manager for Manufacturing, gave the President a picture of how Cabletron employees work together to keep the company successful. The President was impressed by the work ethic he saw demonstrated and the high morale of employees who daily see the results of their hard work as Cabletron continues to grow. Jim Hepburn is the Manager of Manufacturing Engineering. Jim's group is responsible for all of our factory automation equipment. As he was demonstrating one of our IC insertion systems, Jim explained that as a supplier to Motorola, we regularly qualify to compete for the Malcolm Baldrige Award. The President appreciated the standards for excellence required to compete for this award. Everyone who met the President seemed impressed by his personal warmth and his sincere interest in Cabletron.
How are you, Terry? What do you do around this madhouse?
We all felt a sense of pride from having the President recognize our accomplishments. As he was completing his tour of the factory, a spirited crowd of employees gathered in the cafeteria to meet him. Meanwhile, Frank McWilliams explained to the President that at Cabletron, we listen to our customers and give them what they want. And to make sure that our products live up to our customers' expectations, we fully test everything we send out the door, guaranteeing total quality and product reliability. The President's final stop in manufacturing gave him the opportunity to see Spectrum. Chris Oliver introduced the system as Cabletron's premier enterprise management system and explained how Spectrum could be used to manage all of the devices the President had seen being manufactured. By clicking through a series of screens, Chris showed how Spectrum can see an entire network, starting from a view of the world and focusing right down to the MMAC that was sitting on the bench next to the President. Chris demonstrated remote management capabilities by calling up a series of screens of Washington, D.C., ending inside the Oval Office. Responding to an impromptu question from the press, the President reacted to what he had seen at Cabletron. The President sensed the quality of the Cabletron products and could see the pride the employees have in their work. And that pride was certainly demonstrated when he entered the cafeteria. While welcoming the President to Cabletron, Bob took the opportunity to announce new growth and new jobs at Cabletron.
I'd like to say 9 years ago, when my partner Craig Benson and I were working out of my garage, I never would have imagined that we'd be standing here in our company, shoulder to shoulder, with the President of the United States. Mr. President, we're truly honored to welcome you to Cabletron Systems, and it's good to know that you too can see that New Hampshire is not all gloom and doom. Cabletron is a living, breathing example of how New Hampshire business succeeds. We're doing it every day. We're doing it with American know-how and American spirit, creating American jobs. I'm pleased to make this announcement today that Cabletron is adding 200 more jobs, a new engineering facility in Merrimack, New Hampshire, and a 100,000 square foot distribution building here in Rochester. These 200 jobs bring the grand total to 1,600. 1,600 jobs that we've been able to bring to the state of New Hampshire in the past several years. Mr. President, what you've seen here today are hundreds of people doing their very best to make this company and this country strong. We appreciate your visit to Cabletron, and we thank you for the opportunity to show you New Hampshire and America at its best.
Oh, you got to introduce us. Hey, listen.
Craig reflected on the pride displayed that day at Cabletron and introduced the president.
It's hard to complain when the President of the United States kind of cuts you off, but we're really pleased to have the President here, and we're really pleased because our employees can share in it, as well as the writers and editors from the local area network trade press. Mr. President, Cabletron in 1985 had 30 employees. Today, we have more than 2,000. We have, what has led to our success is the fact that our employees have a sense of pride. A pride not only in themselves, but in their country as well. This allows us to strive to do the very best we can do. I recall just 10 short years ago, that feeling of national pride and self-worth was on the decline. Both your administration and the Reagan administration helped bring back that pride. I've traveled to a lot of countries in this world, and a company like Cabletron is only possible in the United States. Not because of the laws, but because the leadership in those places does not encourage the same type of reaching for goals and encouragement and self-pride. Look around you, Mr. President. Cabletron isn't the American dream, it's the American reality. It's now my honor to introduce the President of the United States, Mr. George Bush.
You guys are fired up. Hey, thank you all very much. Thank you very much. What is it about the water around this place? You got this standing out here for 2 hours and being so darn nice. But thanks for the welcome. I appreciate it. And to Craig and Bob, let me phrase it this way. Who would have thought that I would be standing shoulder to shoulder with two guys who but a handful of years ago had a dream, and who together with some very able men and women I want to mention in just a minute have made this happen. I mean, this is America, and it's strong and it's wonderful, and I am all fired up and pleased with the reception here, but more important, pleased to see the quality of the work and the pride in the work. You know, there's a certain... I had a chance to chat with some of y'all's associates in there, and I will single out but two because I wrote down their names, but Dominique McDonald and Frank McWilliams. I don't even have to have a Mac to work in the quality end of this thing, but both just, I don't think they were programmed by one of these machines out here, both of them telling me about how their fellow workers took pride in what they were doing. And then you hear Craig and Bob reflect this too, the Tom Selleck and the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the high-tech world up here.
Following the president's remarks, Bob and Craig presented him with a souvenir of his visit to Cabletron.
I'm sure you've collected, Mr. President, a lot of souvenirs over the years, and we have a special Cabletron jacket here for you, and another one for Mrs. Bush.
all right. Thank you all very much. That's great. Thank you. It's been a great day for the spirit, and I meant what I said. I am terribly impressed, and please keep doing this. People are learning, people understand. We got some problems, but you're showing we also got some wonderful answers. Thanks a lot.
By singling out Cabletron, the president called attention to what American workers can do with American technology. He came to see firsthand how hard work, pride and dedication, and a commitment to quality and customer satisfaction can make an American company successful. And that's exactly what he saw at Cabletron.